There are almost 50 villains in Skylanders Trap Team, but most people only buy one trap per element, so it's important to choose the best villain for each. Starting with the 2 elements you're nearly guaranteed to have, the best life villain has to be the Chompy Mage, although admittedly, Broccoli Guy is good to have since he can heal your Skylanders as needed. Just about all of the water villains are good except for Slobber Trap, but my personal favorite is Threat Pack because you can deal damage while running from enemies thanks to his homing missiles. The only other element with 6 villains to choose from is Tech, although 2 of them are from the expansion levels. Just about all of these villains are a lot of fun, but I personally love Dr. Crankcase for his moveset and personality. Undead has one of the most useful villains in the game, Hoodsicle. His teleport is useful for glitches such as warping through elemental gates. If that doesn't really matter to you though, then I would definitely use Wolfgang instead because he's one of the best villains in this game. As for Earth, I honestly find Golden Queen a bit underwhelming, but she's still probably the best here, although some people do like Grave Clobber. Tussle Sprout is just bad, and Chomp Chest is so unnecessary. You can get gold much faster with my tutorial here. None of the fire villains are necessarily bad, but it's hard to beat Chef Pepperjack, who's got solid damage and is also faster than almost any other villain. Air is kind of the opposite, where all the villains are pretty mid, and Dreamcatcher is easily the worst Doom Raider. Apparently Buzzerbeak has a double jump glitch which can be useful for some speedruns, but only Bad Juju or Krankenstein are decent for combat, and between those two, they're close, but I would probably go for Bad Juju. Magic only has 3 villains to choose from, and even though Rage Mage has a cool gimmick, Pain-Yada is definitely the most effective villain here. Many of you are probably very unfamiliar with the light and dark villains due to reasons, but all of the light villains are actually pretty solid, and it's really hard to call a winner here. Even though Luminous is a Doom Raider and has some good damage potential, I don't think his moveset is very reliable, and Globgoblin is much more consistent with great damage. Dark is a lot more straightforward though. Nightshade is the fastest villain and has some really cool gimmicks, like going invisible and getting some extra coins, but he's nothing compared to Taekwon Crow. I seriously believe Taekwon Crow is the only villain that can even compete with Chaos because his damage is just ridiculous. He's also got some shurikens for range, and if Taekwon Crow had a 3rd ability, then he'd probably be better than Chaos himself. Oh, and if you're still shopping for traps, I've got the perfect buying guide for you.